Hey guys, we're taking advantage of this beautiful spring day during the quarantine shutdown to do some spring cleaning and redecorating. And it occurred to me, I haven't done a house tour, I think, since we bought the place, so I thought, how about an updated little house tour? Now, please excuse the mess, it's definitely a work in progress. I thought I'd start out here in the kitchen, which still has some hideous brown walls and tan walls, but at least we've got some artwork up now, so it's a little bit nicer to look at. Some of this stuff is thrifted, and some of it has been done by artist friends of ours, and some of it has been done by my lovely spouse. I think you know these two knuckleheads by now. Bigger dog being Shadow, the smaller dog, the newer dog, being Jupiter. Moving on to one of our all-time favorite pieces. We just happened to be driving around our neighborhood, and there was a thrift store open late at night, and we went inside, and we knew we had to get this lovely clown painting by unknown artist. Well, I mean, we know the name, but we don't know the artist. Oh, moving on. Got this curio cabinet that needs to get upgraded one of these days, but it's housing some of my Egyptian reproduction stuff. I like the Art Deco Egyptian-y kind of stuff, but obviously can't get the real deal, so I got some of these knockoffs. And continuing on with more artwork and some cool stencil work and some graveyard rubbings and our vintage salt and pepper collection, salt and pepper shaker collection, slowly growing. It's an old typewriter, I believe from the late 30s. It's actually made out of aluminum, which is kind of a new thing back then. We did paint some of the walls in this area and found some cool masks at local museums and shops. That came from the Mutter Museum in Pennsylvania of medical oddities and such. Very, very cool place. You may recall this is a vintage table I fixed up a while back. Some artwork to be hung up on the walls. We figure out where. Still have some of the ugly original curtains that came with the place, but we tried to spruce things up here and there, like with some artificial flowers up on top. Here's a rocking chair we thrifted locally, as well as this cool three-legged tiger stripey end table. Continuing on with more stuff on the walls. Here's my biggest claim to fame. Third place in the 1978 Cub Scout Pinewood Derby. That is a little painting done by a distant relative of mine. Probably could use a good cleaning. And here is one area we're kind of happy with finally, this eclectic assortment of art. I had a lot of fun collecting these. Again, some of these were done by artist friends. Some of these are things we picked up on travels. Some of these were given to us. My mother created this back in the, I think, early 70s. And that came from a museum. Just did that. We thrifted that mirror, painted the frame, so basically we've had a lot of fun. Thrifted lamp, thrifted chaise lounge, bought the pillow. Got that from a neighbor who moved. Found that in an alley and painted it. Found that in the alley. Makes a great TV stand. My spouse found this awesome tapestry online. We recently hung that up on the wall. We've been customizing some of the trim work as well, just having fun. Painting things in bright colors to kind of spruce the place up. Shadow guarding the house. And then there's this. I probably should have done a video when I worked on it, but unfortunately I didn't. So that same place we found the clown painting, we got this, which is a really old slab of wood. My best guess is that it's cypress or something like that. It's very soft, but it's got a ton of pattern and figures and all kinds of weird knots and stuff. Well, I'd been seeing river tables online a lot. That's where you have a piece of wood and you kind of split it and spread them apart and then pour epoxy down the center with a little bit of tint to it. I didn't quite do that with this, but it did have some big voids in it that I filled in with epoxy. Unfortunately, the dye I used was way more intense than I thought. This should have been light purple, but it turned out being almost black in the end. But anyway, so after filling all that in, I stained it a little bit and sanded it down and polyurethane. I'm really happy with the way it came out. It was totally amateur done. I don't know who did this. I don't know when they did it, but it seems like it's pretty old. And for legs, they just use cast iron gas pipe with these fittings, and we love it. Continuing on, some more artwork on the walls and some little dangly bells. Here's another table that we spruced up and some more interesting things we've accumulated. Got this cool custom light switch from a Mexican Museum of Art. Here's some more artwork done by my lovely spouse. Some more danglies. And that takes care of this area. How about we head upstairs now? The stairway is adorned by more of my spouse's artwork. She also painted this window frame in a very lovely shade of red. And she painted Iris on the wall here. How about we head over this way now? You may recall this is where I put in the vintage glass door a few months ago. It's worked out great. And here's the addition. We put up this bedspread to make it easier to heat one side because this whole addition is unheated. And now we're in the studio that I gave you a tour of a while ago. And out here you can see our backyard. The dogs did a number on the lawn, but they love running around. And we've got some raised beds in now, and the plants are coming in nicely. We got a swing in the tree. In this room we have another cool wall mural that goes over onto the door for a nice effect, and it's actually got a real skull as a centerpiece. And in this messy corner is where I've got my quarantine stay-at-home office. I do work as a programmer, luckily very grateful to be able to continue doing my job from home, and this is also where I edit and upload my videos. Ah, poor little Joopy's all tuckered out. Well, I think that's a good way to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this updated house tour.